What's up, everybody? Today I've got Owasi V here to talk about his project, the VeilWalker. I'm super excited for this, and I've got my great buddy Will to help me do this co-hosting. I'm sick. I am so sick, y'all.
Hello, everyone.
I've been running a fever and like just completely, gross sinus stuff going on. So
I want more details.
Yeah, me too.
What'd you say?
I want more details.
No.
Yeah,
Nobody
let's just talk about your sinuses.
What's going on here?
That is the star of the show. Is what is going on between those noses, between those sinuses there.
It's like that CNC before. It's like 1-900 sinuses.
Yeah.
Like, is it runny? What's the consistency like? You know?
Oh no! Nobody even wants to know any of that. It's all gross.
There's a lot of filth merchants on this channel, so you might be getting people in the chat turned on.
This is what we're here for, no?
Well, as you can see, I've got my professional avatar on today. So.
Oh, okay, all right.
So.
I've noticed you have a thing with butts. You had an avatar not too long ago. It was another butt with a cup on it.
Oh yeah, I'm the talking ass man.
Oh, okay. I'm on the right show then. This is the show for me.
Hey man, AAT.
You know?
That's the motto. Black flag.
You'll learn all about the talking ass as you go through Comicscape, man.
Let's do it. But thank you so much for having me on. Thank you for the invite, and thank you for putting a spotlight on myself and the VeilWalker. I appreciate it.
No, definitely. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you started in this?
In comics, it was sort of just the need to share my stories. Really, I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it to blow up. I'm not in it to anything, as long as we can put out some great stories, me, my co-writers, and my editors. That's really what we want to do. We want to leave a mark and a legacy. And I've been seeing what's going on with the mainstream media, seeing that a lot of comic books just aren't as good as they used to be, back when we were kids or back in the 90s, and that's what I'm here to work on and put my 2 cents in to get us back to a better time in comics.
What were your first comics?
X-Men, X-Factor. Wolverine was big. My first favorite comic book character was Gambit, but it was mostly because of the animated series way back in the day. I mean, he was suave, he was cool. Yeah, he was just so cool. And yeah, so it was X Factor, and I think I'm fairly certain it came with a toy. Because to tell you a little bit about myself, growing up in the hood, there weren't many comic book shops around. I'll be very honest. So I didn't actually start collecting comics until my early 20s, and I'm 31 now. So, it's been less than 10 years since I actually started grabbing comic books. But the first one that I got when I was a kid came with some type of X-Men toy, and I'm pretty sure it was X Factor.
All right. Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to actually remember which one came with a comic.
There
was someone in the chat that remembers it.
There should be. I might be misremembering it, man. Maybe I saw it in the same aisle. Maybe it's back when they still had comic books in the toy aisle next to the actual comic book characters. But I remember going to Walmart and walking out with an X-Men toy and an X Factor book. Did they come together? I can't quite remember. But, I think that's how it was.
That story kind of begs the question. Sorry, Lola.
No, go ahead.
So you just mentioned your first comic, and you kind of jumped from kid to adult, really buying comics, right?
Yes.
I think you bought a comic when you were a kid, and you weren't really into it because, as you said, ain't many comic stores in the ghetto. But then, as an adult, you started buying them. So, what made you make the transition from adult buying comics to I'm going to do this for a living and as a hustle? So
what it was is we knew we had a great idea. And by we, I mean me and my co-creators, co-writers. We came up with some stuff. We were like, dude, if this is what, we would look at what we were buying at the time. And we were like, if this is what's passing for a comic book and a legitimate story, then we can blow this out of the water. And we didn't want to sit on these ideas. We really wanted to just go and do it and tell them and get them to people. And that's what we're doing. It was just the need or the fear of missing out in regards to telling our story. And here we are.
Right on, man. All right, we got a chat over here, guys. Like, let's say hi to our chat real quick because these are the ones that support us all. What's up, Wolvo?
What up,
What's going
Wolverine?
on?
There's a man that'll follow you everywhere.
Is
Wolverine's
that
very
a
loyal.
pig?
Great supporter. Great
Wolverine's
got-
a very loyal gentleman.
Somebody's got to explain the pig to me, though. Is that a
Okay.
reference to something?
My Twitter handle is snowballing2020.
Okay.
It's a reference to Animal Farm, the snowball pig from Animal Farm.
I know your Twitter handle has something. It's Bacon Lives Matter.
Yes, because my avatar used to be a pig. Like it'd be like a pig sitting at a table drinking a beer, or just something cute and funny.
I miss that one.
I need to put it back up, I guess.
I'll be honest.
Because that's when I met you. I need that.
I like the butts better, but okay.
Everybody likes the booty.
Yep.
And there's a story behind the booty too.
Can't wait to hear it.
There's a story behind every booty.
There's
Literally.
What's up, Bell Rider? He said he's butt naked except for a ribbon. Oh my god, Bell Rider. Get some clothes on.
Pale Rider, DM me.
Woodrow, what's up, my brother Woodrow?
Hey.
Hey, Woodrow. He's
Lil
cooking right now.
Rubber, what's up? What's up, Tony?
You smell what Woodrow is cooking?
It depends.
He's a professional, man. It's going to be good, whatever it is.
We got Eric the Guapo. He's
Guapo,
talking
¿cómo
about the
estás?
nose butter.
My boy Guapo. Literally, I have seen Guapo everywhere.
Yeah, Guapo's a huge supporter. Everyone here in this chat right now are huge supporters and backers, and they absolutely love the medium, and that's what they're here for. They're here to hear your story and what you're doing. So
I love it. I love the community
what's
here.
up, Johnny Cage?
Mr. Cage?
Johnny Cage. Mo Biggs, what's up,
Mr.
Mo?
Biggs? How are you, sir?
Biggs is everywhere.
And then we got Fizzy. What's up, Fizzy?
Fischoso? ¿Cómo estás, señor?
It's just easier for me to say Fizzy.
Hey, Will, I didn't know you were Hispanic.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Are you Cuban?
I am Puerto Rican. Close enough.
Close enough. I mean, well, the other side. We're from in my house. We were Argentinians and Uruguayans.
Nice. My ex-girlfriend is. I thought she was from Uruguay. Is she from Uruguay? No, never mind. She's from Honduras.
I was about to say she was from Uruguay or Argentina. She's probably fine.
She's still fine.
All right. I'll give it to you, man. Take it.
Yeah.
Now, them Spanish ladies, they pretty. They got the hot stuff going.
Where do you think
I'll
I
say
get
that-
it from?
You got it from your mama.
Exactly.
I'll say this: all women are beautiful, but Spanish ladies, they got a special place in my heart.
Latin women have that extra spice. They just get that extra, that
When
little
you're
sizzle.
comparing flowers, it's a matter of preference, not of
But
that
what
you
I
don't
would
like
say
flowers.
is they do come with the extra spice. The issue is the extra side of stab you that they come with. That is the problem, and hence why she is my ex-girlfriend. So, I'm not going to go into details. My lawyer said I couldn't talk about it too much.
And he's scratching the wound right now.
Yeah. Gets itchy sometimes when I think
He's like,
about
gosh, that went kind of deep.
it. It starts to sting, You think about it.
That's how much they love you,
name.
Latin women. They just stab deep in every way, metaphorically and physically.
But they do it with love, right?
Precisely.
They do it with love and passion.
Hey,
I love you.
Jodi Arias loved her husband so much she stabbed his ass in the shower.
Right? She was like, "How much do you love me?" He's like, "A lot. I want to see inside of you. I want to see how much love you got inside of you for me. And,
I want you to get it on me.
Y'all are making me forget that I'm sick right now. I'm just telling you.
Good.
What we're here for." Yeah, but look, I'll say this, and the reason I brought it up about William, you being Hispanic is I was told initially that joining Comicsgate was not the right thing for me. They're like, they do not like Hispanics over there. They're a bunch of Istanphobes, and you're going to get nothing but hate if you come out as Comicsgate. Mind you, I have been following the community since 2018. I have receipts about reaching out to a particular creator, trying to get some more information to join up and throw my hat in with you guys. But what's funny is that since I've come out Comicsgate and declared my support for the group, I have gotten hate, but it was from the people that were saying I was going to get hate by joining it. So to me, it's just so weird. I haven't felt as loved as I have since joining the group, and yeah, man, it's a bunch of witch tales that are being told out there, and it's all BS, honestly.
I will say this: you go over to Frega stream on an average day, it's Latin Connection. You got 656, the whole 656 going over there. We all know them,
right?
You got Sketch Therapy. You got Pedro Ang, who's doing Artie Bear. Yep, Artie Bear. He's drawn that, and it's being written by Vaughn Klaus. And Dan himself. He's Portuguese, so you got me sitting there. I mean, seriously, it's like, what are you doing, Dan? You importing them?
Look, I'm trying to learn Spanish, but like I'm not picking it up very well. So maybe somebody around here can teach me at some point.
I will tell you this: get some inglés sin barreras and reverse engineer it. You'll be good. But hey, Will, talk to your boy Frega. I'd love to meet all those Latinos.
For October, man, come on down. Come on down to the chat. It's gonna be a party. So we'd love to have you. The more the merrier. For sure. So it's okay, Comic Cowboy. You might as well be. You're from Brooklyn.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can say hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien.
That is all you need.
And I can say punta.
That's all you need. That is everything. You need nothing else besides that.
And if you meet somebody, you can say, me la pelas, but maybe you want to be not that rude.
It depends on the context, but And
that leads us into the VeilWalker number 1.
Now we're going to class it up with the VeilWalker.
Segues.
Let's class it.
So what can you tell us a little bit about the story without giving away too much?
Here's the thing, and I'll tell you guys, not really a joke, but once you guys meet him, my editor has been telling me, you're not telling people enough. And I'm like, dude, I'm giving away half of the story. He's like, tell them more. And I'm like, oh, God. So there is not enough that I can give away. I think there's going to be layers and layers. The VeilWalker is like an onion. Once we peel something back, other things are going to be revealed. Honestly, we have this storyline that we're planning on telling, for the next, 8 to 10 years. This isn't short, and everything is connected. But we already have the beginning, the middle, and the end plotted out beautifully. So I really won't be able to spoil much for you guys because there is a lot more that's coming. But to get it started, the easiest way for me to explain who the VeilWalker is, or what type of character he is, or what people might be interested in him, is if we take Spawn, James Bond, and John Constantine and put them in a blender, besides being dead, they would be the VeilWalker. And then the world of the VeilWalker is kind of a combination between, the Sopranos, Illuminati, and Harry Potter, because it's a sort of secretive order. So besides that sort of quick explanation, I can go ahead and give you guys my sort of elevator pitch, if you would like.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Give it to us.
So, sorry if you guys hear that is that is the ever so loving comics pup. His name is Kiwi. He's a 4-month-old corgi.
Oh.
And yeah, I can show him to you.
Can you show us?
Yeah. You want to see him now? All right.
Yes.
I usually save him for the end of the stream because he ends up stealing the spotlight from me. But give me a sec.
It's a baby corgi. You got to see it. You got to show Lola the baby corgi.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So
look at him.
He is. Here he is.
Oh, look at him.
So sweet.
Look at little corgi.
Yeah.
It's the baby.
So I will tell you guys this. Don't bite the harness, man. I'll tell you guys this. I wanted a corgi ever since watching Cowboy Bebop in the late 90s.
Right.
And I was never able to find one I can afford. And then this little guy, just about a month and a half ago, ended up falling into my lap, and I could not say no. So, these are the IPs that these people are messing with. Like, I waited 20-something years to get this guy, and, they're ruining it. But it is what it is.
Is that your first your dog?
This is my first my dog, yes.
Because you know, how, like I'm sure you can relate to this, having Latino parents or dads in particular. Like, we're not gonna go get no damn designer dog. I'm gonna get a piece of bologna, and go find them on the street and lure them back to the house.
Exactly. But no, we never had a dog. Never ever did I ever have a dog on my own, and this is the first. And hopefully, he's with me for a long, long while.
Oh, he's adorable.
Thank you.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to let him steal the spotlight. You said corgi. I was like, I gotta see this.
Yeah, no, he's adorable, and honestly, I would prefer him stealing the spotlight from time to time.
I wasn't trying to interrupt our
elevator pitch. No, I call myself the worst man in comics with the best dressed man in comics with the worst elevator pitch. But yeah, so let me see if I can get back into that. It is as follows. The world of the VeilWalker, or the VeilWalker, takes place in a world where a very small percentage of people are born with something called the gift. And the gift allows these people to cast magic with their mana or spiritual energy. And above the sort of gifted people is this ancient cabal or organization called the Order of the Veilguard that was created many, many centuries ago in order to not just protect the gifted, keep them secret, but also protect the rest of the world from creatures that are coming from a place called the Veil. They don't quite understand it yet. We're not sure if it is another dimension, if it's a portal or just another realm. But that is what the Veilguard is there for. And our main character's role in all of this is as the leader of one of the Veilguard's branches, which is the Inquisitory branch, and he is the Grand Inquisitor. So that's a bit of the world. And the story actually begins when a Twitch streamer disappears or is abducted on live stream, and our main character is tasked with investigating.
Interesting.
Yes. At least I hope you guys find that interesting.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by all the different things going on here.
Yeah, the VeilWalker has a lot of moving parts. This isn't a sort of simple story where it's like a monster of the week. We sort of picked an event that we can showcase how Alexander as the VeilWalker functions, what are his duties, what are his tools. We're going to get through that and lead into the rest of the story by, intriguing you guys and hooking you guys with some cliffhangers. So hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Now, I'm looking here, and there's these pages in color and these in black and white, so I'm guessing it's going to be a color.
It is in full color, yes. Okay. Those pages that are in black and white were just some work in progress pages that haven't been colored yet. Gotcha. But coloring is has a deadline of October 1st. The campaign ends on October 8th. And the PDF version of the book is going to be going out on around the week of October 10th.
Now, if I understand right, I guess I'll wait to...
You got a little chew toy.
How to get rid of it.
Hey, I've got children. I totally understand. Just saying.
He's my first child.
I've got a 2-year-old, so I'm like, I'm throwing this away, throwing that away.
Yep.
Now, if I understand right, you've got this pretty much completed down to the coloring, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we're almost done. The final stage is coloring. It's being lettered as we colored. So the lettering was already kind of laid out, but we're just kind of matching the lettering style and the colors to the actual pages now that they're coming in. And yeah, the book again should be done before the campaign even closes, and we should be hitting the printer soon after. My goal is to get the majority of these books to our backers by Halloween, so October 31st.
Awesome. Now, what can you tell us about your team that you're working with for your artists, your colors, your...
That was my next question. I want to know about everybody that's doing this, especially the artists, because the art is really nice.
Well, he's got like a whole team on this, so it's like I'm curious to where.
And is it going to be a team that carries over from book to book? Are you guys a company, or are you just hiring these gentlemen to work on the book?
So I would love to say that we're a company. I don't think we're there yet. But the team, for the most part, is going to carry over. The colorist is signed on for life. I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. And our penciler, as of right now, if scheduling doesn't get in the way, he is signed on to move over from each book to book. We'll start with the penciler, right? His name is Sajjad Shah. He is an industry veteran. You guys, I'm pretty sure, seen him in multiple cons. He's done quite a few covers for IDW and the Ninja Turtles. He's done a few other indie books for some guys like Marat and whatnot. So he's our primary penciler. And our colorist is Leonardo Pacariotti. He is a colorist from Spain. And he is honestly what gives that final to the book because his colors are magnificent. I absolutely love them. And that's pretty much the art team. It's just the two of them, our penciler and our colorist. And then
He's your co-writer as well.
So
right?
I would call him my editor. He didn't co-write Alexander as much as he co-written a lot of the other stuff. But he has had some valuable input into the VeilWalker and Alexander. But my editor, HP Francisco, is making sure that we stay true to the lore, stay true to the world, and make sure that we are not putting out garbage to you guys when it comes to scripting, dialogue, and pacing.
It's kind of like an IP manager, too.
Yes. I mean, look, I'll tell you this. HP Francisco, you guys will be meeting him pretty soon. He's a little camera shy, but we are working on it. We're figuring out a way to get this guy on camera, even if it's just with an avatar. But HP Francisco is my editor. He has co-created some characters with me. I guess we could say, yes, he has co-written the VeilWalker with me as well, but he also created our campaign video. He did the voiceover for the campaign video. He is going to be doing a bunch of editorial work. He helped set up this whole camera setup that I have here. The guy is the heart and soul of Awasi Comics, and I hope you guys get to meet him pretty soon. I know he's watching.
We got to bring him
I know
out.
he's watching.
Like, let him know, hey, we're here and we're willing to be supportive and encouraging, and it's what we do. That's what this is about. It's people bringing good stories, good art. I don't know.
Here. I'm here. I will say this: it happens on every single stream. I do not know why the camera will shut off and turn back on. It's just, we got to get used to it.
Do you have some kind of like child safety on or something?
On the camera?
Yeah.
No, what it is, I'll tell you guys what it is. It's a Rebel T6i. I have it plugged into the laptop, and it just, for some reason, it just shuts off and turns back on.
I was like, maybe it sees your baby face and it thinks, we got to shut this off.
It's either that or it's like, these people are tired of seeing your face. Let's get rid of you for a little bit.
Nah, I don't think it's that.
We also have a boob dan in the chat.
Yeah, we do have a boob dan in the chat, but I don't know what the other comment is about, so I'm afraid to.
He said VoidWalker is rad. Got my Alterna on this one, friends. I don't know what the Alterna comics.
VoidWalker I think is from Alterna, but this is VeilWalker. So.
And maybe he's just confusing.
It might be.
I don't know.
We've had a few people call it VoidWalker, even when they're like sort of closing out the streams. They're like, make sure to back the VoidWalker, and I'm like, don't forget about the VeilWalker too.
Yeah, throw some money that way.
So, but yeah, no, it's a similarity.
Okay, that's what he means. All right.
I also got Romer. What's up, Romer? And American Comics Co. What's up?
What's going on? Winky face right back at you.
No, like I remember VoidWalker from Alternative, but I'm like, this is VeilWalker, so I didn't know. I was like, I don't know if that's what he's referring to or not.
Right. I'm not sure if VoidWalker also comes from, is it Magic maybe? There's another IP. There's a big IP that has something called VoidWalkers as well.
Maybe I'm not 100%. I'd have to look it up. I've got VoidWalker around here somewhere.
Right. So
these panels look really good.
Yeah, I honestly wish that we could have carried the full team over from these pages. This is a sort of I wouldn't call it an ash can, but it was like an issue 0, a proof of concept that we had put together a few years ago. And the only person that's missing from these pages in our actual book is our inker, Adelso Corona, who
Oh,
was
really?
yes, he was most
Oh.
recently on, I think it was X-Men Legends with Brett Booth, and he sort of hitched his wagon to Brett Booth, and he's doing a lot of work with him now. And once he told us, he's like, guys, Brett Booth, we were insulted. It's like, how dare you?
Who's that guy?
Who's like, what? How dare you go work with that guy and leave us? No, but we're extremely happy for him, and we decided to sort of carry the team over. We might be bringing on another inker, maybe for issue 2, issue 3, depending on how you guys like issue 1. But it all depends. We're leaving the door open. Maybe someday we can even bring Adelso back.
I like this monster here. Like,
yeah, that face off is great. Now I'll tell you guys this: that is not how I intended the monster to look in the script. But Sajjad made some executive decisions, and he drew that up. And I was like, you know what? Okay, I give my artists and my colorists enough wiggle room to really put down what they believe is going to look best. I am the writer, but they are the true visionaries. They're the ones that have to make sure that everything looks spectacular. And yeah, he's made some moves, and I've liked them.
now I gotta say, I've been seeing the covers for VeilWalker in some places, and you're using what's it called, a holocron,
Holofoil.
Yes, holofoil.
Yeah, I have some videos down at the bottom, but I actually have the real ones here. But they're in the
Hold on,
they're in the
I gotta
package.
embiggen you.
See, now we're going 90s.
There you go.
Yeah. So here, let me show you the main holofoil cover. Well, actually, this is the George Fornes holofoil cover.
Yeah, I can't remember if this was
nice
the
cover
one,
too,
or if it was the other.
that red
cover.
really pops.
Yeah.
What was that?
Like
I said the red really pops. The red on black with the holofoil.
Yeah, the silver, right? Because the red and the black don't have much of the holofoil effect, but the white and the silver really, really make it pop, and I really do like that.
Is that the standard book, or is that let me see, is that a variant?
This is the variant cover by George Fornes, who most recently did that run on Rorschach.
Okay, number one, the Fornes, that comes with the $50. You can get that in there with the PDF, the playing cards.
It also has, there's also a tier where you can get it by itself, but it's not the holofoil version, and there's also the holofoil version by itself as well.
I see, okay.
And then this is the main cover holofoil. There you go.
See, that works really well with his eyes. Like, I love it. I'm digging it. Like, this is the first one that I saw, and so I'm like, ooh, I gotta check this out.
Yeah, we initially didn't want to do holofoil just because of the cost, right? It's super expensive, and I didn't know if I can go ahead and really charge people what it would cost to get this done and move to them. But once we had some preview issues done, I was like, we have to do it. So yeah, but we also have them in non-holofoil versions. The holofoil versions, however, are going to be a lifelong 1,000 print. So even if we only sell a couple hundred, for the life of the book, we're going to get up to 1,000, and once we reach 1,000, then we'll stop producing them.
Those look really good, though.
Thank you.
And then you won't get them again.
Nope.
That's it. All 1,000 are going to be signed and numbered by me, and again, we're not going to produce a single one more. If I have to do a few extra just to make sure that we have to recoup any damaged issues, whatever we go over 1,000 is going to end up getting thrown in the trash, shredded, or whatever. These are limited quantity, and I want them to be special.
Well, let me ask you, do you have these as add-ons on the campaign? So, like, if I go and back, say, I'm looking here. Say I go back this one, can I add on the other one as well? Or
no, not currently. That's a good idea. Maybe I should do that. What we wanted to do is when we put together the holofoil package, you guys are basically buying the 2 holofoil covers at their discounted price, which is $25 each. And then you're getting all the extra stuff basically at no extra charge. So we wanted to sort of entice you guys into going for that particular package. But if people want us to add it as an add-on, yeah, let me know. I'll do it.
okay. Because I'm looking through your tiers over here. Because one of the things I like to do is, if I don't always get to do it on the stream, I sometimes do it after the stream. But I like to back the projects where everyone knows that I'm going to back this as well. So
That's awesome. But yeah, so if you would like me to go ahead and add the holofoils as an add-on for the other tiers, I'll make it happen for you.
Oh, well, apparently Amanda B is number 2 backer there in the chat.
is
Yep.
she here? What's up, Amanda B?
That's cool.
The beautiful Amanda B.
She's number 2, she says.
Yep.
And there's one of the team of the Latin Connection, Oliver from 656.
Hola, Ali.
So that whole crew comes on and hangs around Frega a lot of the time. So shout out to them.
We love the 656 crew, man.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if you picked out Kryptonals yet, but Kryptonals looks dope as
Yeah.
I've been hearing quite a few things about them. Oliver, we're gonna be reaching out.
Ollie's awesome. They're great people.
The boys
Great
from down south.
Yeah.
Southwest.
I'll fit, well, I'm south, but I'll fit right in.
Well, they're more like Juarez, Mexico South.
Oh yeah, Juarez. They don't mess around.
Yeah, they don't fuck around down now.
Listen, I'm looking to expand my my comics cartel, and I need some Mexicans. So that's hard.
He needs to move the blue comics.
You know what I'm saying? We traffic comics around here.
Hey, I tell you what, no one parties like Mexicans, man.
Yeah, man, they got that chicken place for a reason.
They get
got to move the comics.
Like I'm all for it. They got tequila and margaritas, so let's have at it.
Listen, I'll say this. I thank Mexicans for 3 things mostly: tequila, tacos, and Selena.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
And the Mexican weather girl.
Which one? They're all great.
Well, in general, if you're the Mexican weather girl, you're going to be a 15 out of 10.
Yeah. So there you go. 4 things.
All he says is fit right in, man.
What did Martin Lawrence say about Mexicans? All they need is a lawn and some Coronas, and you got a party.
100%. We don't even need the music. We are the music. Or they are the music. So.
The Spanish is the music. The way you say it.
There you go. Exactly.
The way you speak it.
I tell you what, I ain't never been to a better party though than with my Mexican friends.
Exactly.
They go all night. I got stories to tell. I got stories to tell about partying with some Mexicans.
They can outdo us all.
And Salma Hayek. Okay. Well, we gotta give the Lebanese some love too there, because she's got that part Lebanese in her.
Mm-hmm.
So some fine women come from Lebanon.
I was just thinking of Robert Rodriguez, but
See, now this is turning into a Frega stream because all we're going to talk about is women.
Hey, I'm down. I'm in.
I mean, this is my favorite subject: comics and women. Come on now.
But we got to get VeilWalker, funded and off the table first.
I will say this: the VeilWalker is funded.
It is funded.
It is funded.
Really?
We set the goal extremely low at just $500 American. Because again, the book was pretty much already funded, produced. It was already underway, and my goal was really just to get this to as many people as possible. We even included that standalone PDF tier, which I know a lot of people don't do, but I wanted to include that because I know there's going to be people from overseas and other countries that have to consider. It's like, hey man, I like the book, but I don't know if I should take a chance on it and spend $70 on the book. So we went ahead and we provided the PDF tier for them to get the first issue and see if they'll give the physical copy of number 2 a try.
Bam. That's upwards and onwards from number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Killing it, man. Killing it.
Trying.
No, I see. I was reading earlier through your campaign as I was going through it and looking through it some more, and I saw that you had a white Indiegogo question.
Yes.
And you said that you're trying to get the second one funded. So that tells me you've already got the first one ready to go, and so you're trying to get it to where you can get the second one done.
Right.
I mean, to me, that makes sense. That seems like a good business practice because you're trying to get on to the next one. Mm-hmm. You get this one out, get this one fulfilled, and you get the next one done.
Yeah, it's honestly, I want to run it like a machine. One thing that I want to do with Oasi Comics, the VeilWalker, and any other projects that we have coming down the line is get it to people as quickly as possible. We're kind of sticking for right now with the floppy sort of format. Anywhere from 25 to 35 pages is what we're aiming for, depending on how much funding we can get from book to book, and we can probably get these to people within 2 or 3 months of the campaign closing. This one in particular is going to be shipping in less than a month from the campaign closing. But I want to do this as quickly as possible, kind of be a bi-monthly type of thing. And if the people support it, then we'll make it happen.
There we go.
Sorry. Told you
right?
guys. I've got all this snot stuff going on.
I'm still trying to see this, but okay.
No,
I mean, again, this is the woman.
It's a hot mess.
This is the woman talking about propriety who runs Lola After Midnight. And it's not a sewing circle. It's not a church lady meetup. Okay, you've heard what we get up to, and she's going to sit here and say, hey, you can't hear about my snot.
No, look, I will talk about AAT all day long. I will talk about sex and dicks and everything else in between.
Damn.
Time out, Lola.
What?
Why am I not on that stream?
Because you're asleep, probably.
Come on the stream, man. I just, some people aren't comfortable with those kind of conversations. So
I grew up in Miami, and I'll say this. My editor is going to hate me bringing this up. I Ubered in Miami for about a year and a half down on South Beach, and I will only do late night Ubers. The things that I got into.
I can only imagine. Only imagine.
So if we want to have some conversations on Lola After Midnight, count me in.
Yeah, man, that's taxi cab confessions right there.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah!
I got some of those. Actually, I did Uber up here in the Pacific Northwest, and I didn't get anything interesting. I just got, I want to kill myself. Thank you.
I feel for you. Let's just say I will never. We'll save it for Lola After Midnight.
Yeah, he's a strapping young man. He got plenty of the old cougars going. So, what you doing?
Hey, how much do you make in a night, Stephan? And I'm like, so much, huh? We can double that. Really? I'll just leave it at that.
Oh my goodness.
Just leave it at that. Come on, man! I had to get this book funded one way or another.
Yeah.
Hey, don't hate the game, right? Or don't hate the player, hate the game, right?
Exactly.
Now I will say this: if you want to hear if that's a true story or not, tune into Lola After Midnight when I'm there.
There
Okay.
you go. There you go. We'll get you on there, and that'll get more people viewing what you're doing, and we'll talk about VeilWalker there too.
Stephan read Pimpology over and over again.
Yes, sir.
So.
But yeah, that is great, and I hope to get on there. But for right now, let's put a few guys back on the VeilWalker. There's something I want to show you guys.
Please.
And it is the videos of the actual holofoil covers, because I showed them earlier, and they show up pretty well on the stream. But the videos are short and sweet. There's no audio. There's no music, and they really show off how beautiful those holofoil covers are. And Lola, I think that's what you probably are referring to. You seeing?
Well, actually, I saw him on Twitter, so that's where I first saw you. Was over on Twitter.
Yes.
And I think it may have been one of those videos, one of these maybe.
Yes.
I think it was this one. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, come on. Can you guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
Digging.
I'm trying. I'm working on it. It's only 5 seconds.
And Wolverine is correct. Some people aren't awake for the After Midnight show.
Come on, full screen. It tells me full screen's
I've
unavailable.
actually fallen asleep during it, and people have heard me snoring and had to scream at me.
Oh, really?
That's true. That's
No,
true.
no. I am a bit of a nocturnal animal. So no, I won't be falling asleep.
Hell no, I get it. I'm a morning person.
No, I'm usually up watching our buddy Bancraft, 4 or 5 in the morning when he goes live sometimes.
Hey, yeah, the Aussie Mafia you got to get up early for.
Mm-hmm. Or go to sleep late.
Well, last night they had a good show. They were doing the Arc Athena launch.
Yes, I was there. That absolutely blew up. Well deserved. And hopefully someday we can have that amount of success so quickly.
There we go.
It'll
There we
come.
go. How's
There
that?
we are.
That work?
That works. Yeah, those honestly, you need to see those in person. They're absolutely awesome.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I kind of like this is a question I like to ask all the writers whenever I get a chance to come on here with Lola while she's interviewing a writer, because I really don't believe being trained myself as an historian and reading into the backgrounds of artists and backgrounds of people who do philosophy and are political figures. You're never disconnected from your work. You know, so I got a question. So what's your philosophy here? Like what is there any big ideas that are important to you that you're bringing to this, that you think about it a lot, that are kind of being played out in this, even to a minuscule degree?
I will say this. I am not much of a philosophical person. I was never much into politics. So really what this is all about is telling a story of a group of people who have been in the shadows, and kind of the battle of a character with his personal drive to survive. Really, this is all about the character. There is not much of my personal philosophy that comes in here because I don't really have much, right? My goal, let me just tell you this. My goal in life is to make sure that my children are left in a better position than I will be, right? So that the family can continue to grow and prosper. And really, that's my philosophy. That is my driving motto. And I don't really carry much of anything into my comic books. We're just getting great stories with no politics.
Or it doesn't have to be politics. It could be values. That's another one, you know? And you just stated it, right? Legacy is a big one. The hustle, always swimming, never staying still.
Yep.
That's a big one. You know, if you stay still, you drown.
100%.
And I think that's in this story.
Yeah, it is actually. You know, that's actually a good I don't know if we could call it analogy, but that is good. Alexander is constantly moving. Alexander is, by the way, the name of our main character. Alexander is constantly moving. There is a race against time sort of element to what's going on in this first chapter that's going to set up everything else. And yeah, I think everything's a hustle. Everything's an upwards battle, and you can never be complacent. And I won't be complacent in comics. You know, our campaigns, I know for a fact, are going to do better and better every single time. Sorry about that. This guy today is just grabbing everything, huh?
And I'm sorry, I may have missed this detail, but the veil is a bad thing, right? Those are the bad guys.
The veil is a bad thing. Well, the veil is a place. What comes from beyond the veil is they're bad guys for the most part.
So what's in front? The veil is essentially glamour, right? It's like something that's an illusion, I'm guessing, and what is beyond that is the real thing.
It's a mystery that we're gonna explore in the book. What I could say is the veil is a place that not a lot of people have gone to, and much less have come back. So actually, let me just tell you this. The VeilWalker got his name not because he called himself the VeilWalker. It was a name that was imparted to him by the sort of gifted and magical community. The Alexander, the VeilWalker, took on a sort of exploration mission before the story even started to go with a group of other gifted individuals into the Veil to do some research. But after a few weeks, he was the only one to ever come back. There's been no one else who ever come back from the Veil that was recorded. And people were surprised. They thought he was dead, and they honestly believe he should be dead if no one else made it back with him. And sort of under bated breath, they call him the VeilWalker. It is a bit of an insult. It is not a sort of title or moniker that he goes by himself.
I see. So is it kind of something like they're saying he's a coward of some sort, like he made it out and nobody else did?
Not so much as a coward, because they know that he is a badass. He is probably the baddest of all asses in the Veil Guard, besides maybe a few people above him in station. But it's more like, I'll tell you this. So we got the name from Daywalker, right?
Yeah, Blade.
Blade, they call Blade the Daywalker. It's kind of something that other vampires use to refer to him. It's not really like a cool title. It's also kind of an insult. So that's kind of where we got the idea from, and we really like that.
But it's also a power. That's a kind of funny thing about being called a Daywalker is that it's a powerful gift that you have all of these strengths, none of the weaknesses, right? That's kind of the thing about Blade. And the way I see, when I use the term Daywalker myself, when I call someone a Daywalker, what I'm really saying is somebody who can detect bullshit yet navigate in those waters, right? When I say I'm a Daywalker, it's like I can see through spells, right? Because I'm good at seeing spells and I'm good at seeing spellcasters.
Right.
And when I say spellcasters, I mean bullshitters, using language to manipulate you.
Yep.
So when you say that the Veil, and then these guys are good at combating it and see what comes from beyond it, it's almost like a metaphor for kind of a street story, seeing through bullshit.
Yeah. They do have to see through quite a bit of bullshit, and yeah, it is something like that. So here's the thing. This is when HP Francisco is absolutely yelling at his screen saying, "Tell them more."
Oh, I'm trying.
You're trying to get it out. Yeah,
I'm doing it for you, man. That's what he said.
So, but there's so much that goes on with the Veil in regards to the story, how we develop it, how we sort of try to naturally explain it without going into like a bunch of exposition. That'll really explain where it comes from, because part of the grander mystery and what will resolve Alexander's true motives for what he does, because he is a bit of a circumstantial hero. He is not out here to save people. He is out here for a very selfish reason. And if he saves a few people along the way, then so be it. But there is a grand mystery that goes on with the Veil, its creation. And it goes back millennia and centuries and thousands of years and hundreds of thousands of years. So we'll be getting into it. And HP, I promise, we'll tell him a bit more soon.
Well, Wolverine has some good questions because he's trying to help me out because I can be kind of stupid sometimes.
No.
But he's like, right here, sounds like the Veil is a dividing border between realms, which I think you just established. But the other question that he said is a good one here. It kind of goes back to what I was saying, like a distrust because he came back.
There you go. Wolverine, you are on the nail. Yes. And I guess you did sort of allude to that as well, William. Yeah, it's sort of like, why? Why did you come back of all people? Why are you the only one in, the 500 or 600 years of the Order? You're the only one to make it back. And not only did you make it back, but you are now stronger than you were before.
Something got in you over there.
So that is why people try to avoid him. And there will be a lot of conflict moving forward. So these characters aren't only going to fight creatures from beyond the Veil, but there will be internal conflict in regards to the Order that I don't want to give too much away. So, but you guys are getting more out of me. So,
well, if I were Wolverine and I was always bare chested, I could absorb more sun, and therefore I would have a faster brain. But I'm kind of ashamed, so I always have a shirt on. But Wolverine's like Superman; he can kind of absorb Earth's yellow sun because he's always naked.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if he's really always naked, holla at me. Let's see what we got going on here.
Lola, did we lose Lola? No? Okay, she probably ran off to go get the kettle up her nose to kind of flush out her skull. So, let's see what else we got, my friend. So is this going to be, I hate, maybe this is not appropriate to ask right at this second, but are you guys, as a company, for lack of a better term, gonna start a universe based on this character?
Yeah. There are other characters that are already being established within this lore, and we can either call it the Oasi verse or the VeilWalker universe. But there's a lot of people who are going to spin off from the VeilWalker if you guys enjoy it. You guys like these characters, but yeah, there's a universe involved, and there's a lot to come. There's prequel stories that are in the work. I have a prequel for the VeilWalker that is called Fallen Kingdom, and it takes place in Europe, and it kind of tells the story of what led to certain events and certain exposures here in the modern day VeilWalker tale. So be on the lookout for that. There's also an antagonist or sort of a anti-hero coming along the way called the Wanderer. That is a sort of yin to Alexander's yang. So
In a
there's
good
a
or
lot
bad way.
that you would have to read to find out.
Okay, so he's going to have his own series.
He will have
And
his own series. Yes,
that series is going to slam into this one, or this character, more like.
they will progress hand in hand along the way. So we will be getting two different perspectives of a lot of the same events.
And how long are you guys going to go in demand, or is it only 2 months and you're done?
We're not even doing 2 months. We're doing 30 days, and then we will go in demand until I decide not to print any more issues.
Okay, good. So Wolverine, you're taken care of because he's saying he wants to get the book, but he can't at the moment. So there you go, Wolverine. He will have them going as long as he can keep them going. Essentially, is what I just heard. Right?
Yeah, and obviously, like we always do in these type of campaigns, we'll carry number 1 over to number 2. But I would like you guys to sort of get number 1, get a feel for what's going on before we move on to issue 2.
So let's look at my. And also, you guys are just curious. The Adesso Corona connection, was he part of your group before he went big?
Yes. So I'll tell you this: we have been drawing these pages. That concept script and those concept pages have been done for about 5 years. That's how long it took us to sort of get to this point now. And he was on before he got big. Same with Sajad. With Sajad, we've managed to sort of keep him on the book. And Leo is actually also working on a bunch of other books, but they love the IP so much, and they love that this is sort of their book along with myself, that they've decided to stay on and move forward with us. But yeah, Adelso unfortunately blew up, and we let him go.
There's nothing of him
spread his
on the book
wings.
or left over, or
There are a few covers that you guys haven't seen yet that were done by him, but in regards to issue 1, he's not on inks, unfortunately.
I see.
But what we will be doing is there's a stretch goal to include the sort of 7 or 8 page proof of concept. We can include it in issue 1 if we go ahead and we reach those stretch goals.
Got it. Lola, you back with us? You all right?
I am back. I'm sorry.
Was it something disgusting?
I mean, it's drainage. Like, it just makes me sick.
And we got Phantasmagorical in the chat now.
What's up, Fanta? What's
going on?
Another regular.
Yeah, Fanta's awesome. She's a huge supporter as well. So.
I mean, I don't know if you're new to the streaming, Stephan. Are you kind of new to what we would say the CG YouTube streets?
I am, because what I used to do when I was following CG back in 2018, late 2017, I was just on YouTube. I was on YouTube following people like Ethan, people like Malin, people like Zach. So that's what I was following, but I wasn't big into the Twitterverse that we have going on here. And now is when I'm just starting to really get to see everyone and who's involved.
Got it. And so you'll notice that getting on these shows, whether it's Lola, whether it's her other show or anybody else, you'll kind of see the same group of very dedicated people following you in the chat, saying what's up. And
yeah, I've actually already gotten a few follows from them on Twitter.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for reaching out and staying in touch. I am very open. So please feel free to talk to me, chat with me, DM me. I like having conversations with the people because I do believe that comic books are a customer service industry. So
there you have it, folks. And thank you, Wolverine, for helping me run the show while Lola was busy, excreting out of every orifice on her head.
Draining.
Well, it's like you ever got that drainage and like it makes you nauseous? Like it's there.
It's like your brains are melting.
Yeah.
No, but tell me more about it.
You don't want to know about
we
that.
We love filth, Lola. You got to give us filth.
Well, like it just like it sits there in like your chest and like your head, like in your throat, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Like you just feel like everything's just gonna pour out at one point. and so like I had to go and stop the flow, the river of snot that was fixing to come out of my face.
I could have made an innuendo there, but I'm not sure people are ready for it, so never mind.
Get out of my face! Out of my face! Out of my face!
But yeah, no, snot is horrible, Lola. We do honestly hope that you get better soon. But
It's the weather change. Like I'm in Tennessee, and so like right at the fall, summer fall changeover,
right.
and then right at winter spring changeover is when like all the pollen seems to want to just like go into the air at one time.
And just kind of kick it in Lola's skull and go, "Hey, let's go over here."
Pretty much.
There's this one lady that does podcasts and shows. Let's go find her and make her life miserable.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Pretty much. So it's been like an all week thing. Actually, Monday I had to cancel another promotional stream that I was gonna do because I was just so sick. I was like, oh, I can't even function.
But thank you for having me on, and thank you for trooping through this situation that you're going through.
I'm glad I could join her too and meet you, sir. I'm very happy that I got to meet you, and I hope you and your crew will stop by to the Fragtober, kick it in the chat, and we can shout you out.
No, for sure. We'll be there. And Lola, get us on that Lola After Dark. We got some stories. Well, I got some stories to tell.
Well, hey, if you're into degeneracy and talking about some degenerate stuff, like Lola After Midnight's for you, man.
I mean, have you seen me? Like, why would I not be into degeneracy? Like, that is my thing.
I don't know. I don't know what people are. I don't want people to be offended if I'm like, hey, you want to come on and talk about TNA?
and why would they be offended?
I wish Frog G was here so he could drop the link to the stream. So.
Oh Lord, not the stream, Will.
Frog G is here though.
There is a particular stream. I need to know about this.
Well, unfortunately, you'll run into Frog G, and Frog G is the Uber mod, and he has all the links to everybody's campaigns, and probably eventually yours, or maybe already in his databanks. And he likes to drop those in every chat. But then he'll sometimes, when we're talking about the stream, the epic stream of drunkenness, as I like to call it, he'll drop it there for all of us to see that Wolverine and I were privileged to be a part of and watch completely go to putt.
All right. All right. I can't wait to see it.
Hey, you just gotta go to.
I'll DM you a link, Oasi.
That works. And then maybe we can outdo the stream when we're on.
No, you need another lady to outdo it.
We'll find someone.
There was another lady on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So these stretch goals.
I'm just gonna ask you about your stretch goals.
Yeah, we were looking at them. I was like, hey, let me bring these up. These stretch goals, we wanted to keep it super simple. When the campaign actually funded at 500, I just went ahead and unlocked the first 2 stretch goals automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Because my thing was, if we got somebody backing, a 25-page book at $8, which is the sort of our basic tier, I wanted to give them more for those $8. So we automatically unlocked the printout, which is going to be signed, the bookmark, and we actually already hit the stickers. I got to update that. So for just $8 plus $3 shipping, you guys are going to get the book, a printout, bookmark, and a sticker. And then as we continue to roll on, I think we're going to be giving people a lot bang for their buck as these stretch goals unlock. But my favorite one is actually that playing card. I have it set there as a trading card, but these are actually going to be playing cards. We are developing a battle system, a la something like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! And we really want people to collect these and be able to meet up with friends at cons, conventions, or just meetups and play these games. It's going to be cool. We're involving dice rolls as well. So for people who are fans of like Dungeons and Dragons, there's going to be a little bit of an element there in regards to the dice and critical hits. So it's definitely something that we're very proud of, and I can't wait for you guys to actually see the actual system in action.
You play a lot of tabletop games?
I personally don't. It is, again, the heart and soul of Oasi Comics is the one who is spearheading this card game. I used to play quite a bit of like Pokemon, the cards and whatnot, and that's where we initially got the idea from, and it's just kind of blown up into its own thing. And again, it's being led by HP Francisco and a group of very dedicated tabletop players. One thing I know how to do is delegate. So if there's something that's cool, but I don't know much about it, I'm going to let it get taken care of by people who do.
And for your edification, Wolverine has provided in the chat a special link for you.
I'm checking it out. I'm checking it out.
Oh, Lord. How dare you, Wolverine? How dare you?
How dare you?
What's up, Colonel Morg?
There we go. You got your links in the chat. You got Phantasmagorical thrown in there. Thank you. Thank you, Comic Cowboy, our new friend. Another new guy to CG with a book.
Shout out to Critical Blast as well, who's on there.
Oh yeah, CB's awesome, man. RJ, he's a dope.
Dope guy. I was actually
he's a dope guy.
Lola, this mucus is really messing you up today. No, Critical Blast actually remind me, Critical, when was I on? Was it yesterday? Because all these days are starting to blend together. Honestly, my life for the past couple weeks has been work, write, stream, and the days are blending into one another.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like I completely just stalled out on that one. But no, I've known RJ for a while, and like he's really a huge hitter in this community. So
100%. For anybody who is shipping overseas, has a campaign, and they're looking to ship in America, and they want to get a better rate to their potential buyers, hit up Critical Blast.
Yeah.
Bam. All right. So we got your stretch goals, and Lola, do you have any additional questions? I've already gotten mine. I heard the philosophical question was the one I always keep in reserve.
I'm just looking through these stretch goals though, and I'm like curious about a couple of them.
Yeah, please.
Tell me. What do you have questions on?
Curious about the 8-page issue here.
Yeah,
that's
so
that's the zero. That's the one you talked about.
So this is like the Ashcan that you're talking about.
Well, as of right now, it's not really, because an Ashcan is like the format. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We would include it in the book towards the back so that people can have sort of the original proof of concept. And yeah, I mean, if people want it as a separate issue, sort of by itself, standalone, maybe we can make it happen as well. So I'm here for input, and whatever I can make happen that people want, I'll make it happen.
And I think that's pretty much my question as far as this goes. I mean, it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Before we close out, I'm going to play the trailer for everybody. But no, like when I first saw this, I was like, oh my God, like I've got to know more about this. So I'm glad you came on and you talked to me about it, and you talked to my audience about it. And
no, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
It kind of gives us more in depth of what's going on with the story. So
yeah, what I would say is I do apologize for being vague a lot of the times, because what I don't want to do is give so much away that there are certain mysteries that we're setting up that get ruined. So it is complex. There is a bit of beauty. There is a bit of irony. There's a bit of everything going on, and this particular run, or this 5 to 6 issue arc, is just the beginning, and it is going to kick everything off that happens in the VeilWalker universe. And I really hope you guys enjoy it.
Beautiful. Okay. And the book looks beautiful. Everything about it looks classy from top to bottom, from the artwork all the way up to that black on red and foil cover. So that's the thing that keeps coming to mind. Classy is what keeps coming to mind.
Thank you. So if you want to associate classy with the VeilWalker, do not come to my stream with Lola After Dark, because that will all go downhill. I am classy only because I have worked in corporate for the last 15 years of my life, but deep down inside I am a degenerate, and I hope you guys get to see it.
Well, that's something that we were talking about before we started the stream. Was you had said that you had been over on Kickstarter and you're moving everything over to Indiegogo, and I asked you why, and you were like, because you wanted to be yourself. You wanted to be able to just be who you are, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, people should be able to be who they are. You know?
So what happened over on when we ran the Kickstarter, a couple months ago, was I was looking for mentors. I was looking for someone to mentor me in the process because I didn't want to start another campaign and have it flop like it did back in 2018. Because back in 2018, we launched what would have been a 90-page graphic novel, and our bottom line would have been like 55 grand. And that was like legitimately exactly what I needed to produce the book. So, you can see what price tag these artists came with. I spared no expenses in regards to giving you guys something beautiful. But what ended up happening is a couple months ago, I found a mentor. He was kind of guiding me through the process, but I was being not myself. I was seeing sort of the format and seeing what was going on in the mainstream and on Twitter as a whole, and the blocking and the blockchains. And I was just like, you know what, this isn't the place for me. I've been following Comicsgate since 2018, and I just want to be myself. I want to have my own opinions, and I want to go to a place where I believe a book like The VeilWalker is truly wanted, and I believe it's here.
And we all respect that.
Thank you.
Can't say anything. That can't put any better, right, Lola?
No, not at all. Sorry, I am backing this as we speak. So, because I kind of like to do this when I have people on, and I know that I'm going to back their project.
Thank you, Lola. I really appreciate that.
There you go.
What I want to know, Lola, have you had any campaigns yourself? Do you write?
I've actually worked on 2 different campaigns.
Okay.
And I wrote the ash can for that Umbrella guy's last campaign, and I'm writing his ash can for his next one.
Okay. Let me know when that is live, because I will go return the favor. I think the community is awesome in regards to supporting one another, and this is how we're going to progress, and this is how we're going to bring. We can curse, right? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, just make sure. This is how we can bring, the fucking Comicsgate industry out of the dark ages, is by supporting each other and making sure that one another's creating quality shit.
There you go. It's back. I backed it.
She's number 46.
Lola. Thank you, Lola. Appreciate you.
So there we go.
You bought the original art tier, right?
There was an original art tier and I missed it.
Yeah. No, can I tell you guys a story about the original art tier? Do we have time?
Yeah. Yeah, you got plenty of time.
So can you pull it up?
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me get back to the actual campaign.
So while she does that, so here's what's going on with the original art tier. I do not want to sell it. I will look directly at you guys, make it awkward. I do not want to sell the original art tier. And I'll tell you why. I honestly believe that's going to be a piece of history. Not to toot my own horn, not to sound cocky, conceited, or whatever. I believe that the issue number 1 cover, the main cover, is honestly a piece of history. And whoever ends up buying that, when Alexander undoubtedly blows up, they're going to have something special. And I would much prefer to give it to my children and my children's children than have one of you guys give it to your children or your children's children. But for the sake of really unlocking those stretch goals, I took a chance, and I believe I priced people out of it. But I've been getting a few. Inquiries. A few nibbles. But really, me putting that up there is me honestly, and it sounds stupid, but it is me sacrificing for the community, because that will unlock 2 stretch goals, and that will go a long way in getting issue 2 funded and produced.
Right on. No, like, nobody wants to get rid of their original art ever. Like, I know with that Umbrella guy, like, he's always like, no, I want to keep all the original art. But then he puts them on the campaign and people get interested in it, and he's like, okay, yeah, we'll get rid of it.
Like, all this above my TV here is original art.
Yeah.
We have the actual. I already have the cover for issue number 2. It is right up there. If it wasn't all blurry, you guys will be able to see it.
Here, maybe I can embiggen you here, and we can.
It's a little
Maybe.
blurry. Let me see. We'll give you guys a hint. Let me see if I can focus in on there. So that is the original cover for issue number 2. What we have here is the original character design for Alexander. Then we have Rome, who is one of Alexander's proteges. And over here is Samantha, who is another of Alexander's proteges. And this here, if you guys can see that, that is actually Dexter by the ever so fabulous John Delaney, who used to work on Dexter's Laboratory, the comic book, the Simpsons comic book, Futurama, the comic book back in the day. John Delaney was actually my first mentor in comics, and I owe him a huge debt of gratitude.
What are you sharing with us, Will?
I'm gonna share a story about my own love of original art, and I know what he means by, if you look at this right here, that we're offering as a poster giveaway. I actually own the original art to this.
Nice.
From the Frege composed in the 90s. I was going to say, I don't think I'd be allowed to sell it. I think when I'm dead, it has to go back to Frege's estate.
It might have to.
I don't think it's allowed to be sold. It's in my safekeeping. I don't think he really gave it to me, to tell you the truth.
So, he it was an exchange for something else. It's like, you hold on to this as a sign of loyalty. But once you're gone, it comes back to us.
Yeah, it does go back to Frege after I'm dead. So, I have no choice.
Yeah.
But to keep it.
Well, if Will goes missing and Frege ends up with it,
you know what happened? If you see on in the office wall,
it'll be. You know what the thing is? Frege will probably post it up right behind him. It's like, say something.
There's Luke. Of course, if Luke gets his hands on it.
Do you know Luke?
No, Luke will be the one that transports it like the Ring to Mordor back to Frege's house.
To Frege.
Him and Mike Green together like Frodo and Sam.
Yeah. Now, original art is absolutely marvelous. And one thing that I'm doing, or I'm trying to do, is, even if my artists are digital, have them at least do a blue line of something so that we can go ahead and have something original to put up there. If I don't decide to keep it for myself.
No, I'm going to Wolverine. What a dick! You're a dick, Wolverine.
What? Oh.
He said it was part of the groom. It was part of the grooming process.
Don't listen to Wolvo.
I was 16. I was too old to be a catamite.
Oh my gosh!
You still weren't old enough to not get groomed.
Nah, there's none of that going on.
Kidding. No. But yeah, no, I really appreciate you guys bringing me on, and again, do not buy the original art.
There you go. Well, I think when he said it, I didn't even see the original art here, and then when we were looking at it, I was like, oh, I can't afford that.
I was gonna put it
$50 tier though.
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna put it up there for like 10 grand. I was like, I'm gonna make sure no one buys this at all.
But the thing is you will have someone that will come along and be like, "Yep, I gotta pull this up."
I mean, there are a couple guys who are, doing that in CG. They're going around kind of buying up original art because they see it as a valuable investment, and I think it is. I think if you can afford it, pick up original art where you can, because I think it's kind of it's just sort of like comic art back in the 90s. People, it wasn't considered art, quote unquote,
right?
And so people were picking up. They were picking up stuff that we see at auction, in the six figures for. What did McFarlane trade Gareb Shamus for? Like baseball cards for the #1 cover of, adjectiveless Spider-Man. It's like some baseball cards he traded him for.
Yep. It's like, look at this, right? How much would the #1 of Spawn gone for, right? Not that I've done the research. It might have already sold on auction or something, but the #1 of Spawn you could have gotten for chump change back in the day. Imagine the worth of it now, right? And let's not even talk about a #1 for Batman or Superman, the original art of one of those, all these years later, it's fortunes, right? So that's kind of my hopes and dreams there, is that Alexander gets popular enough to where again, I can pass this on to my kids and not give anybody else the opportunity to do it for theirs.
Heard that. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking about VeilWalker
Thank
with
you,
us.
Stephan. Appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
man.
Yeah. Like I absolutely love your affect and your personality. I think it
Thank
goes
you.
really well with what you're doing, and we're happy to say hi to you and have you in the community, man.
No, thank you. Thank you so much
Damn.
for having me on. Thank you so much for accepting a weird nerd like myself into the community and making me feel
Hold
at
up,
home.
hold up. It's a community built around weird nerds. So, just saying, we're all a bunch of weird nerds.
So I fit right in. Yeah, no, it's been awesome. Honestly, it's been a bunch of witch tales and horror stories that I've been listening to for the past couple of years, and none of them are true. So
Yep.
I love it here. I love it here.
I stalked my way to the top. As I like to say it.
Yeah. Thank you,
What
guys.
I'm
Thank you so much.
gonna do to send us out is I'm gonna play your trailer and we'll be out. So
Boom.
thanks everybody in the chat for coming out, hanging out, asking questions,
Thanks, guys.
talking to us and listening to us. Thank you, Owasi, again for coming on and hanging out and explaining VeilWalker, and hopefully we get you some more backers, man. Just get out there, share it, share that link out. Even if you can't back, share it so other people can.
I'll say this, Lola. You've already gotten me more backers. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see here. See if I get this right.
There's kind of some mucus on the keyboard, and she's trying to kind of sift through it.
What you guys are hearing is that.
No, there's not.
There's a mucus sticking to her finger as she clicks.
Yeah.
Alexander Salvador, the Grand Inquisitor, the Veilguard's greatest champion, stands as our only line of defense. This perilous journey will change him forever, and the fate of our world will rest on his shoulders. Dark events will keep you turning the pages for more. Will Alexander be our salvation or our doom?